Hey gorgeous gals, welcome back to Contour Image, where I help you build confidence through your image. Today I'm going to be going over a nail tutorial which I like to call the Roman Goddess nails. I decided to call it this because it kind of reminds me a lot about like a Roman goddess with all the white, like the white that they wear, and then the gold olive leaves that they like to wear, kind of. So I just thought that was the appropriate name for this. Now, just to let you know, I did not get this idea on my own. I did actually find this idea while I was shopping for the gold foil for the nails from an Amazon ad, and I thought, oh, that's really pretty. That's what I want to do. So this is me just trying out how to do it, and I hope you like it. So the first thing you're going to do is use a pure acetone, and I'm going to put it in a little dappen dish. And I use this to kind of help clean up the nails around if I go over onto my skin before I set it. Now I'm going to use a Roseland nail polish set that I got. This is the color. It's just a white, and I got an entire set, about 45 colors, and then including the top coat, base coat, and then a matte top coat. And maybe I'll show that again on another video or something, and maybe do an overview over that entire set just to kind of show you what you get. But this is going to be my first experience really with a Roseland nail polish. And so this is me just doing the first nail, and I've already put on, of course, as you can tell, false nails. I did that in an earlier video, which I'll put out as well, on how to kind of do that. So for this nail, I just did one coat because I plan on putting on this gold nail polish, which looks really good on from the brush and everything, but when I put it on, there was just a lot of yellow. I don't think the camera picks it up as well. I mean, you could tell it's really nice and glittery, but it just had yellow. Like, I didn't want just a yellow paint to it. I wanted like mainly gold. So I ended up kind of changing this nail instead. But I just figured, now I could have just wiped it off, but I figured I'd just finish the nail anyway and maybe use it as a base coat. Because later I did decide to put on the gold foil, which you'll see here soon. So I set it, and so I decided, like I said, to use the gold foil, and this is the gold foil that I purchased that also gave me the idea for the nails. And it does say copper on it, but it is gold flakes, as you can tell. So I just decided to cover that nail up, and because it still had a slight stickiness to it since it's a gel polish, I decided to just kind of stick it to it, and it did. The flakes are a little bit difficult to deal with. I didn't want large chunks. On this one, it was okay to use some large chunks, but I kind of found that I kind of had to peel them or break them apart a little bit while doing the other nails. But for now, I just wanted to cover this nail since I just decided I did not like the yellowness of that nail polish. I only did one coat. Maybe white was probably the wrong base for it. But, you know, you live and you learn. Just make sure you don't let it flake around. And then I just put on a base coat or the top coat. And before I did that, I just want to make sure that the foil was set and I wasn't going to peel it away somehow while stroking the top coat on it. So I kind of had to dab it at first just to be for certain, and then I just finished it off. And I set it, or cured it. Now I decided to do one nail at a time just because it was just going to get kind of crazy, I thought. So I figured I'll just do one nail at a time and cure everything. So I decided to do this one, of course, as white. And just make sure you paint it just right. Try not to do too many strokes. I realized not to do that. It can actually create bubbles. And so you can see I got some, that's what I'm using the acetone for, to just clean up the sides in case I go over a little my nail. I did 3 coats, cured each one, of course. Now this, for my 2 middle fingers, I wanted to use a pretty pink color that kind of matched the color of my skin a little bit. So that was the kind I decided to use. I'll probably do a tutorial on those as well. And so in this case, I just did both of them since they're both going to be having the exact same design. And I only did one coat. I probably should have used at least two, maybe three. And the only reason I kept stroking it was because I just wanted to even it out. But it was probably just fine without me too, because, you know. Then I actually used the shorter brush, dipped it in the white nail polish, and then just did a design. And so I just decided to do kind of a squiggle line instead of just a straight down line or something. This is the first time I've used these brushes before, but they really weren't that hard to do. And I figured it'd be better to use those brushes or use that brush in order to coat the rest of the nail rather than take it from the bottle, because I think it would just get too big. And I didn't want it to look like I had a bunch of nail polishes on. I want it to feel flat, like it's just one nail polish. And so this is me now trying to put the flakes on. Now remember, you kind of have to break up the flakes a little bit, which was a little bit of a challenge since I had some nails that were sticky and wet. So, by the way, I did do 3 coats of the white on the tips, and I cured them except for the last third coat. I kind of left wet because I wanted to make sure the flakes stuck, just to be for certain. And so, yep, I'm just kind of putting it together. And then what I did was I cured that, and then I put on the top coat. And just remember to top it off on the side, on the corners there at the tip. But because you can see it kind of went over a little, I did this to make it even. So those are the 4 nails that are done. And now I'm deciding on what to do with this nail. And I decided to just paint it white. So that's them there. Now I just got to do my other hand. So there you have it. I did all of them now, and they're ready for pictures. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed it so much. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you seeing me here at Contour Image. And just remember to stay beautiful for life.